The Expendables franchise has been one of the weirdest ones, both for having some of the most stacked cast groups but still having ups and downs throughout the installments. And today, we've arrived at the fourth sequel of the franchise, and we're going to tell you everything we know so far about it, and take the first look into things with the details and resources we have right now. The Expendables 4 is happening. The fourth Expendables movie has been in some form of development for quite a while now, maybe even as far back as 2014, the year the third movie from the Expendables franchise was released to theaters. By 2017, Sylvester Stallone had reached a creative impasse with Studio Lionsgate and left the project, taking several of his friends and co-stars with him. Thankfully, he returned in 2018, but things have still been slow going despite him being in the mix yet again. Several stops and starts occurring. In April 2021, some of the cast members, including Randy Couture, have announced that Expendables 4 is on, with a new version of the script being written, with plans for the start of the filming process taking place in fall 2021. The process seems like it started even before fall, as it was confirmed that the filming ultimately wrapped in mid-October 2021, a piece of very good news to hear. And with that in mind, let's first reflect upon the previous movies and what the new movie brings with it to reignite the entire franchise, the means and the actions the cast and crew members are willing to take.
It's all under control.
That's what it looked like.
Introduction. So far, the franchise has experienced everything from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. It's a harsh path when you take it into an account, but we think that this fourth installment will be the revival of the franchise, the one we needed after this long gap between the last movie and this upcoming The Expendables 4. The fourth movie is moving ahead with most of the original cast returning and the built-in gimmick to revive the series after being dormant for so long. The first movie from the franchise kicked things off back in 2010 with an action hero ensemble as a trip down memory to the 80s and 90s action movie Golden Age, probably the best start this kind of movie could have. And although the Expendables 2 movie made the franchise grow in popularity, its sequel, The Expendables 3, underperformed mainly due to it being the first PG-13 installment of the series, leaving the whole franchise on the ice up until now. According to some resources, Jason Statham's Lee Christmas will take the lead in the next movie, while Dolph Lundgren, Sylvester Stallone, and Randy Couture also return. In addition to these members, 50 Cent, Megan Fox, and Tony Jaa are boarding the upcoming sequel, but more on the cast side of things a little bit later. And while fans have been eager to see what's coming up in the franchise, especially now with Thailand star Tony Jaa joining the mix, several other actors have few factors working against them. And that will probably be the trickiest thing to do in this installment, with the crew behind the scenes confronting these kinds of factors head-on. One of the factors that work against the franchise itself is the fact that this movie will be following the underperformance of the third movie, which marked the commercial low point for the series and turned the most devoted segments of its audience off with its PG-13 rating while failing to deliver other younger viewers. Thus, the only rating this next movie will get is nothing below being R-rated. While the first two movies were a big hit, the third one was a dud, and the franchise never soared to Fast and Furious levels of the box office, while the John Wick franchise now represents a real rival as an action series, and we know why that is. However, we have faith in the Expendables 4 movie as it has a hook to help work around some of the franchise's flaws, and that hook will be Lee Christmas, who by himself can make the next Expendables movie a Christmas movie, and we can say that we're talking for everyone here that everybody loves a Christmas movie. We even got a working title for the movie, A Christmas Story, which has not been confirmed yet, so don't take our word for it. Nevertheless, this kind of setting will help the new Expendables movie as a reinvigorated version of the franchise, with the focus being shifted from Stallone to Statham and his second lead now being the front and center. The movie might take things even further, not only released during Christmas time but also being, a la Die Hard, an explicitly Christmas-themed action movie.
I don't have feathers, so what
It's gonna be a long-ass flight, fellas.
It's going to be. It's going to be a long flight, but don't worry, I'm here.
Release date. Knowing that the movie has started and finished with the filming process, right now it should be in production and the post-production process, so if things stay on schedule, the Expendables 4 movie should release sometime in late 2022 or early 2023. If the latter occurs, this would mean that the movie will be released 9 years after the previous one. On the other hand, the first three movies were all released in August in their respective years, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But seeing how things are shaping up, you know that the Christmas-themed action in store for us, we wouldn't be surprised if the movie releases by the end of 2022. Another factor that plays into this is the COVID-19 pandemic. Still a significant threat to the world and film productions, the safety measures in place would slow the whole thing down. The important thing is that the movie is coming out after such a long period, and all we can do now is speculate things about the release date. Cast. The cast of the entire franchise has been monumental so far, and we think that it'll keep this trend, especially knowing that many of the cast members are returning, with some new ones being added. The returning cast members include Jason Statham as Lee Christmas, Sylvester Stallone as Barney Ross, Randy Couture as Toll Road, and Dolph Lundgren as Gunnar Jensen. All of which have been confirmed. There might be some other confirmations along the way, but this is everything we have for you right now. Newcomers Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, Tony Jaa, and Megan Fox will also help around the cast, providing their talent to the movie when it hits the big screen. We're in the unknown as to who the newbies will portray, but some of them will likely be joining the Expendables squad, with Fox playing the female lead. The fourth movie might also present one of the new cast members as the main antagonist of the movie, which is speculation at this point. In addition to the cast announcement, it has also been revealed that Need for Speed director Scott Waugh will be helming the movie, with scriptwriter Spencer Cohen being the one who wrote the original script together with the help of John Joseph and Max Adams. Plot. The story of the fourth movie has been top secret for these guys, however, Sylvester Stallone himself might have given us a hint. According to the Illuminati, an Expendables spin-off starring Jason Statham's character, Lee Christmas, was in the works in January 2020. The outlet reported the tentative title of the movie being The Expendables: A Christmas Story, which perfectly fits the narrative we have been going on and on in this video, making our educated guess that much more thrilling, for us at least. Thus, when everything is taken into consideration, we're certain that this next movie will for sure center Lee Christmas as the main protagonist of the story, taking the lead, with the movie placing Statham in the spotlight and Stallone riding shotgun, and this news comes as a no surprise given that Lee has always been the right-hand man and second in command to Stallone's character. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, do you think this fourth Expendables movie will be any different from the previous ones? And of those three, which one has been your favorite one? And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.